Rules are never the most exciting thing to talk about, but when it comes to the WSOP, rules can make or break a player's success at the table. And this year, there's some rules that are, we'll just say, questionable. So let's dive into the 6 most important new rules the WSOP is rolling out this year. We'll get into all of it, but before we do, thank you for watching another episode of Poker Boom. We release new videos every single Monday, and we're glad you're here to check out this one. Alright, here we go. Each summer, the World Series of Poker transforms Las Vegas into the center of the poker universe. With thousands of players flying in from around the globe, the stakes, both financial and reputational, are higher than ever. To maintain fairness, efficiency, and professionalism, the WSOP updates its tournament rulebook annually. The 2025 edition brings a handful of targeted changes aimed at cracking down on bad behavior, streamlining tournament operations, and addressing lingering controversies from recent years. We all know what that means. So in no particular order, here they are. Number 1. The new no-show policy, don't be late or don't bother. Under Rule 16 of the 2025 WSOP rulebook, players who fail to show up by the beginning of the first level after the first scheduled break will have their chip stack removed from play. Now, while this may sound harsh, it actually replaces a slightly more lenient 2024 version, which allowed players until the start of the 3rd blind level to arrive. The purpose of this change is clear: to discourage the practice of late regging without consequence. Now, in previous years, some players would intentionally register and skip the early blind levels, often to avoid what they would consider high variance play. The new policy creates a firmer structure and aligns with the WSOP's broader commitment to game integrity and a level playing field. Importantly, players who fail to show up in time will have their buy-in refunded and removed from the prize pool, rather than being blinded out passively. The new policy is more respectful to active players, removing the awkward dynamic of stacks being chipped down with no player behind them, and preventing the unfair benefit of skipping levels. Number 2. Conduct matters. Bans can be issued at any time. Rule 18 introduces sweeping authority for the WSOP to ban participants not just during gameplay but before and after tournaments as well. This rule is designed to give organizers more flexibility in responding to cheating, abusive behavior, or any activity that threatens the tournament environment.
We don't know. It's like a circus and a zoo. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Yeah, they're saying, Will, why don't you get to call the clock? Because I'm not a little like the rest of you. Do you know what I mean? Excuse my French. Alright?
And anyone who's banned from Caesars Entertainment properties will be ineligible to compete. This puts all players on notice. Professionalism, both at and away from the table, is now officially a tournament requirement. The WSOP, as the most prestigious poker series in the world, appears to be embracing a zero-tolerance approach to toxicity and misconduct, which reflects broader trends in sports and esports toward enforcing ethical conduct. Number 3. Technology rules. No electronics at final 3 tables. In response to last year's controversy involving reigning champion Jonathan Tamayo, WSOP has implemented new technology restrictions during the critical end stages of tournament. While Tamayo himself was not found guilty of using real-time assistance tools, the optics of his Rail Consulting laptop sparked intense backlash from the poker community. Rule number 88 now mandates that all approved electronic devices must be removed once a tournament reaches its final 3 tables. This includes phone, tablets, and laptops. Any failure to comply can result in penalties up to and including disqualification. The announcement will be made table-wide and players must act immediately. While this rule may seem drastic, it also underscores the increasing complexity of cheating in modern poker and the fine line between legitimate preparation and unethical behavior. By instituting a hard stop on device use, the WSOP is hoping to eliminate any gray area and preserve the competitive integrity of the game's most crucial moments. Number 4. Redraw for the button, more uniformity in late-stage play. Rule number 85 changes the timing of redraws for the button, now extending them beyond just the final table. In 2025, redraws will occur when there are 3, 2, and 1 tables remaining. That may seem like a minor tweak, but it significantly increases fairness as the field narrows. Now, why is this important? Well, the button's a powerful position in poker, and its placement can impact key hands in high-stakes situations. By incorporating multiple multiple redraws, the WSOP is ensuring that no one receives an unintended positional advantage during the most pivotal phases of tournament. Number 5. Dodging the blinds, prepare to pay the price. In previous years, dodging blinds was frowned upon, but the penalty structure was vague. Rule 86 now clearly spells out the cost. Any player who intentionally avoids their blinds while changing tables will be forced to forfeit both blinds and big blind antes if applicable, and will receive a 1-round penalty. Now, this may not seem like a massive deterrent, but in tournaments where chip stacks are everything, losing 2 rounds of blinds is a serious punishment. The rule ensures players cannot manipulate seating transitions for a strategic edge, maintaining the fairness of the game. This clear and direct rule takes aim at a small subset of players who previously exploited loopholes in table movements. It also relieves floor staff from the subjective task of judging intent, offering them a standardized approach to enforcement. And finally, number 6, no strategy talk except on breaks. Perhaps the most controversial of the new rules is rule number 116, which tightens restrictions on players discussing strategy with outside parties. Previously, this was limited to prohibiting advice while a player was in a hand. Now players may not seek or receive strategic advice from anyone at any time while the tournament clock is running. The only exception is during official breaks. This change raises enforcement questions. How will the floor staff determine whether a player is talking strategy or simply chatting about what to eat after the event? Either way, the rule is a clear statement of intent. Players are still free to study and strategize, but they must do it on their own time. While this may feel like an overreach to some, it's in keeping with the general trend toward eliminating outside assistance from live play entirely. And look, at the end of the day, the 2025 World Series of Poker rule updates are more than just minor tweaks to the handbook. They are targeted responses to real-world issues that have emerged over years of competition, from stricter no-show policies to clearer penalties for rule violations, and from final table tech bans to enhanced redraw procedures. The WSOP is aiming to create a fairer, cleaner, and more professional tournament environment. But most importantly, these changes reflect an evolving poker world. As the game becomes more technical, collaborative, and tech-influenced, tournament organizers are under pressure to adapt quickly. The 2025 rulebook shows the WSOP is willing to meet that challenge head-on. So whether you're a first-time entrant or a main event veteran, staying informed on these changes could be the difference between a deep run and a disqualification. So as the WSOP continues to define the gold standard for competitive poker, these new rules remind us all: the game is not just about the cards, it's about how you play them.
Come on, Jungle, show us your guitar. Come on, what do you got?
And that's it for this one. Thanks for checking out another episode of Poker Boom. What new WSOP rule are you most surprised by? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.